console.
Now, I'm guessing it's been a while since there's been a 6-month-old baby in your household, right?
I've got a 28-year-old daughter and an 18-year-old daughter, and now I've got a 6-month-old little boy.
So what does that do? Does that bring back all of the... Are you having trouble with this or not? It must be great anyway. Huh?
You know, I can't remember anything about what a baby's like.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what a baby's like, okay, real simply.
Sure.
They're totally helpless.
Yeah.
And he can't do anything. I say to him, Henry, what are you going to do today? Just kick back, lay around the house? Because the kid can't crawl.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't do anything, you know? But he's got a fully developed personality.
Yep.
Which means I'm safe because I can smile and and it's wonderful.
He knows how to work you at this age. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
it's terrific.
And
he's got his foot in his mouth.
Yeah.
Which is sort of a family trait, probably.
We've done a little of that here.
Oh boy, yeah.
Now what do the rest of your kids do?
What do the rest of my kids do?
Yeah, some of them are grown.
Ruth Anna, which is 18. She's going to her first year of college.
All right, what is she studying?
And I don't know. You know, first year of college. Hey, I don't know. Boys, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. And my oldest daughter is 28. She's in development in Hollywood. Development in Hollywood means they find writers and get projects going and work with the writers.
She's an actress?
No.
Oh, I see.
Development.
Now, your adolescence, your youth, when you were 24, 25, what were you doing?
Well, I went under contract to Warner Brothers when I was 18 years old.
Now, how does that happen?
Oh, boy. Well, you go to Hollywood, and you get an agent, which is not easy, and then you read for parts, and I played an epileptic on a show called Medic at that time and got nominated for an Emmy.
When you were 18 years old?
Yeah, and then then I went under contract with Warner Brothers and did Rebel Without a Cause with James Dean and Giant with James Dean. And then I got blackballed because I was too difficult to work with, and I came to New York. I was probably in New York studying with Lee Strasberg about that time.
Now, you see, you've crammed in a lot of provocative stuff there in a very short period of time. Let's go back to the part about you being blacklisted and blackballed. Now, you're saying that's one and the same?
Well, I mean, it wasn't really a political consideration. Blacklisting sort of says political, but in point of fact, I was blackballed, which means they sit around and pass a black ball around the table or call each other and say, don't hire this kid, something like that.
Right.
He's a nightmare.
Yeah, okay. Now, at the time, were you aware that you were a nightmare?
No, I thought I was just... well, James Dean had died, and I admired him.
You were carrying on. You thought...
I thought I was carrying on the tradition of... There are a lot of school moms there directing movies. I happen to be one of those people now who is a school mom. I mean, Henry Hathaway, who is my Emmis, and who was my nightmare, I'm exactly like him when I direct a movie. I don't give line readings necessarily, and I don't give him line readings and tell you to sit here and sit there, but he did all that. But I do scream and yell a lot, when I'm directing.
Yeah, well...
However, he was, I wanted to block my own scenes and do my own thing, and that was unacceptable at that time.
In those days, that was real trouble. But then you also were in other kinds of real trouble. We'll get to that a little bit later. But the point I'm trying to get to here... No, we don't have to. We always end up talking about your colorful years.
Yes, true.
Yeah. You worked with Marilyn Monroe?
No, but I saw her around.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah.
What do you mean you
Marilyn
saw her
Monroe,
around?
That's good. No, I saw her around a lot.
Oh.
We were contract players, sort of like, you see people around here, you know what I mean?
I see Willard Scott around here.
But seeing him dressed like Marilyn Monroe, now there's an image.
Anyway, the whole point of this was, now you have kids that are now the age you were when you were out there doing that then.
Yeah.
And would you want them to behave the same way you behaved?
Well, no.
Yeah. I thought so.
I don't want him even seeing some of the movies I've made.
Really? You feel that way about some of them?
Well, some of them.
Like which ones?
Paris Trout. No.
No, yeah.
No, I'm only teasing.
Yeah, okay.
It's okay.
All right, Dennis is only teasing. Okay. Yeah. We'll do a commercial and we'll be right back. We got...
When he's wrapped in aluminum foil. Whew. We got a...
Or was this in just your life? You actually were on the wing of an airplane at one time. You were walking on an airplane wing. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, it does ring a bell.
Part of a film, right?
No, well, I mean, it's a hard one. But there was my last sort of, out there. I was out there doing drugs and stuff. And
you don't do that anymore, though, do you?
No, I don't do that anymore. I've got 9
And you regret
9
having done it
years
in the
now.
first place, don't you?
Well, it's not a question of regretting.
But you would advise others watching tonight not to do that.
Well, it was a major waste of time. I mean,
There you
being
go.
an addiction is a drag, you know?
An addiction is a drag. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's sort of like saying no to drugs.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's a little catchier than just say no.
Yeah.
I think that was Nancy Reagan's first draft at it. Addiction is a drag.
Addiction is a drag. Whether it's alcohol or drugs, it's
Sure.
a drag. Because it's just a waste of time.
It saps your spirit.
Yeah, it works for a second, and then
Yeah.
that second's a long one.
Yeah. All right, now,
Okay,
now
so-
how is it you find yourself on the wing of an
Well,
airplane?
I was out there using cocaine and alcohol, and I flipped out doing a movie. The head of the DEA in Mexico, which I'd gone to play, and I suddenly decided that there was going to be a hit put on me.
Now, wait a minute.
They're
I'm
obviously
confused
going to
here.
kill me.
This is the movie. The part you're playing is the head of the DEA in Mexico.
Yeah,
That's you.
right, yeah. But I never got to do the movie because I was certain that they were going to kill me in Mexico. So I decided that they cut me off. I was doing a lot of drugs and a lot of alcohol, and my agent had decided that if I got to Mexico, if they just took me off drugs and alcohol, that I would be fine.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I flipped out
Yeah,
because you can't just exactly do it that
Can't
way.
do it like that. It's not that easy, is
it?
it?
Doesn't quite work
No.
that way. You start having major hallucinations.
Okay.
And this major hallucination was that I decided if I took my clothes off in the middle of the jungle and went out at night following these holograms, these light patterns, that I would be okay. And then it was World War III, and the Marines were coming in under the... Yeah, World War III. And, and I was in the middle of the jungle. Anyway, I think out there I was attacked by a bunch of dogs, and I'm pretty sure that really happened. And I was in a fight with somebody, but the Marines saved me, and then there was a lot of gassing people going on and stuff. And then I ended up, and it was daytime, and I was naked in the middle of a major highway somewhere in Mexico. Still alive, however.
Yeah.
And I had a rock in one hand, which was going to keep me alive as long as I didn't have a rock in the other hand. And then the police came and started whipping me, making me put my clothes on, because there were a lot of people going as I walked by.
Were
trying
these
to avoid the fact-
actual police now, Dennis?
They were actually police. And then they put me in various places. They hung me by the neck in a shower. Water said, drink the water, gringo. And I did, because I was very thirsty.
Yeah.
Didn't get ill, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, I finally ended up on an airplane on the way back to the United States. And I decided I was being filmed.
You thought this is part of the film?
Yeah, now this is the film, right? And I saw smoke and so on, and I realized that Francis Ford Coppola and Wim Wenders were out there, and they were filming me, and it was time for me now on the runway to get out on the wing. I don't know where I read that in the script, however. But so I opened the emergency thing and got out on the wing. Well, that doesn't exactly fly right,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I would think so.
So there were people suddenly straitjacketing me into the seat, and
Yeah.
It's amazing I
There
got back.
go your frequent flyer miles.
Yeah. But I got sober.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you say that it's safe that you've done the best work of your life since those days are behind?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now this Paris Trout, Dennis. Paris Trout, it begins playing on Showtime Saturday, April 20th.
Yeah, and Barbara Hershey and Ed Harris are in this, and it's a wonderful, wonderful piece.
It's
And
always interesting to have you with us.
thank you, sir.
Come back anytime,
Thank you,
Dennis.
Dave.
Nice to see you. Dennis Hopper. We'll pause here for station identification, then we'll be right back.